Hi everyone, in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to use authentication and authorization module in Apache. Uh, uh, it is possible to password protect various directories on your server. You can do this with the help of password file that holds the credential that you would like to allow on your server and with a few directives. So let's go ahead and create this. While I'm inside the public directory htdocs, I'll go ahead and create a directory, make dir, I'll call it folder 1. So I'll just go inside folder 1 and create a file vi index.html. This is restricted area. I just put that in, right? Uh, so if I just go ahead right now to folder 1, in this case, I can simply, this is the restricted area, I can access the folder no problem as well. So what we want to do is we want to password protect folder 1. Let's see what are the steps we have to go to. One, I have to go into the configuration file of this virtual host. It can be done on http.config as well, but since I have created I use the http vhost file, I can just go ahead and use that one. I've got to go there, I've got to put a container to specify the directory that I want to restrict access to, and then put some directive there to tell Apache, hey, go ahead and password protect this one. On top of that, or before that, I have to create a user file that contains the username and the password. In order to do that, I got to use the tools that is shipped with the Apache whenever you download or install the Apache web server. So I'll go there as my installation is on USR local Apache 2. Inside the bin, if I go, there is a file called htpassword. That's the one I have to use. So simply go ahead and use the htpassword in this case, htpassword. And what I have to do is, because this is the very first time I'm creating this password file, I have to use the switch -C. I have to specify where to save this file. In my case, I put it in the var. I call it ht-users. These are the name I pick. You can pick whatever name you want. And then put the username in there as well. So I'll call it John. And I will provide a password. I will be asked twice to do that. I just simply go ahead and see if that file exists and the content, what is the content, .ht-user. As you can see, John is there and the password is there as well. Well, of course, it's encrypted, so I cannot see the password, right? So I'm done with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the container or directive and container into the virtual host file to let Apache know that it has to protect this password, and every access to this file it has to actually check against the .ht-user file. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go ahead, go inside the config file extra, and this is where the file is. So I just go ahead HTTP via HTTP vhost. So right inside this virtual host is very similar to what I did, or the idea is very similar to what I did with this directory, to grant access to everyone and being able to view the content of the directory if index.html is not presented. So I simply go ahead, I add the container, in this case directory. I specify the path, which is var www.gblearn.ca/htdocs folder 1, right? So I go ahead and close this container directory. Okay, let me fix this. R is missing in here. Directory. Okay, so now there are a few directives I have to add into this container. The very first one is auth type, what kind of authentication I need. There are a few of them. I just use basic here. The next one is auth name. What is a name or a label to the box that user has to enter the first name and last name. User will be able to see this. So I'll put restricted area, right? Then, of course, I have to say where the user file is. User file, and that is inside var. It's called ht users. If you remember with the require all granted, I give access to everybody to the ht docs folder, right? Now what I have to do here is I have to still grant access, well, or I have to tell Apache require a valid user to be able to access this folder. So I just go ahead, save this file. Of course, I have to restart the Apache. So I'm going to do that by going to the bin folder, Apache control, restart. Let's see if we have any error or not. Could not blah. That's okay. We should be okay. Now, let's go ahead and refresh this URL. So I will be asked to enter the username and password. I simply go ahead, enter John, and then I will go and enter the password. Here you go. So I can go to the restricted area, right? Now, any folder after this, sorry, any access after this, it simply can go to that one. Just keep that in mind. With this method of authentication, in order to get this box coming back or ask the user username and password again, is to close the browser and open it again. So let me open this one more time. So if I go ahead and open this into the URL, folder 1, then again it's going to ask me to enter the username password. I hope you enjoyed the video and talk to you soon. Bye bye.